Deep underwater is where I left my love.
I think pop music does have a wide umbrella of artists and sounds that fall under it. So when I think about the music that I make, there's a lot of different sounds that could classify as popular, and the songs that I make are reflective of what I'm listening to, but also the collaborators that I have. So Atlantis was a fun, really experimental song where we just took a risk with the sound, and fortunately people liked it and responded to it. That one really felt like a risk.
Every bro in the building with his back to the wall. Not for me, be discreet, I should try not to yawn.
I wound up collaborating with Pell because I liked his music, and so I hit him up on Twitter. And then with Devonte, we met at this charity event, hit it off. So for both of these artists, they're people that I was a fan of, and at the same time I was aware that my sound previously had been very different to theirs. So there's something exciting about that collaboration because it's just very improvised. You throw something out there and then somebody else adds something to it, and you just see where it ends up, and it's really about just chasing ideas and finding something that gets both of you inspired. When you have an experience in your life that feels very, like you have a very strong reaction to it, a lot of times those experiences will be negative. And so for me, when I have overwhelming emotions, I wind up channeling that into song. That's just a way that I process life. And I think the vulnerable thing about sharing these songs was that they were oftentimes from experiences that were complicated. I don't think it took courage necessarily to write the songs, because that's just what I do. Like that's like my therapy is writing songs, and that's just how I function. But it definitely took courage to share them. It was so scary for me to really share the ideas initially with the producers and then have them stand behind them was really meaningful for me. And then once we had kind of crafted this whole sound that we were excited about, it was really scary to share that with the music community as well as my friends and family, because I felt like they all had known me as one thing and I was stepping outside of that box. And I think it's been a really cool growing and learning experience to just realize that it's okay to shift forms, and that's just a part of growing up and becoming more complex as a person. I think the more that I have the opportunity to meet young people around the world, I really appreciate my responsibility as a role model and how important it is to lift each other up and to encourage each other to be our fullest self that we can be. Another great thing about being in music is that I've been able to meet a lot of different women in the industry and sort of hold hands in the music industry, which oftentimes is dominated by men. And I really believe that women have important, valuable voices, so creative and so empathetic, and that should be encouraged.